Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Cary's Corner. For those of you who are not familiar with Cary's Corner, basically it's very simple. Cary's Corner is an article that I write on a monthly basis. It's light, it's simple, it's fun, and it will give our agents hopefully an overview of some of the fun things that I went through growing up in the business, and hopefully it will also give you some enlightening ideas on how to deal with certain aspects of clients today. So although we're talking about almost 50 years ago with some of my examples, some of them can actually be very appropriate to you dealing with clients today. So with that said, sit back, enjoy, and I am now going to read you the March Cary's Corner, and hopefully this will be meaningful for you as much as it is for me. Thank you. To our valued friends and agents, I'm hoping by now that most of you realize that Cary's Corner is not the place to go to get the most current MIGA rates, participation caps, or new COVID underwriting guidelines. The Levinson & Associates website is the most comprehensive in the industry and can help you with any insurance-related questions you may have. Cary's Corner is fun, it's personal, and it's my way of helping each of you by sharing stories, some of which will make you laugh and others will most definitely make you cry. I started my career as a Metropolitan Life agent at 21 years old, and many of you have asked me through the years why I decided to stay in the life insurance business. But before I answer that question, I'll tell you about the day I was cold calling in an industrial park, knocking on dozens of doors from 8 o'clock in the morning and letting business owners know that I could save them money on their life and health insurance. By noon, I was totally exhausted. My tie was still tight around my neck, my rate book and legal pad felt like they weighed 25 pounds each, and it was at least 100 degrees in downtown Miami. Finally, my manager, Herbie, said, "Cary, let's go to lunch. There's a McDonald's across the street." We both sat down, and after about 3 minutes, Herbie said, "Go over to that pregnant woman at the next table, give her your business card, and tell her about our new whole life policy, specially designed for newborns." So of course, I listened to Herbie as he was my mentor and trainer 10 to 12 hours per day. Still sweating from the heat with my tie still choking me, I walked over to her, gave her my business card, and recited my speech. The next thing I knew, she ripped my card into 100 pieces, threw it in my face, and started hitting me with a rolled up newspaper as she screamed at the top of her lungs, "I'm not pregnant, get away from me." Needless to say, I finished my hamburger in the car. The following week, I walked into a local business in a different industrial park. I simply said, "Hi, I'm Cary Levinson with Metropolitan Life, and I'm here to save you money on your life and health insurance." The owner, sitting behind the counter, jumped up, started yelling at me at the top of his lungs, "Another damn insurance man, I hate all of you." And with that, he flipped open the wooden counter dividing us. There stood a growling, at least 100-pound German Shepherd, staring at me with such hatred I couldn't believe it. He chased me out of the store and probably another 200 yards down the street. That too was an interesting experience as part of my training. But why did you stay in this business, you ask? I'll tell you why very simply. One day, I was cold calling on the phone, and after about 300 calls, I met Bob on the other end of the line. Let's just say the first 300 calls did not go well. I was told to drop dead, get a real job, or was just hung up on, not to mention hearing some of the filthiest words and sayings that I had never heard before. Bob was different. He said, "You seem like a nice young man, and I actually do need life insurance. I'm married, I'm 36 years old, and I have 2 daughters, 8 and 6. Herbie and I went to Bob and Joan's home in North Miami the next night, and Bob purchased a $50,000 whole life policy. In 1971, $50,000 was similar to about $500,000 today. 6 weeks had passed when Joan called me, hysterically crying, and told me that Bob had just been killed in a car accident on I-95 on the way home from work. When I delivered the $50,000 check to Joan, and we were just standing there and hugging each other hysterically, crying, I will never forget what Joan said to me. "Cary, if not for you, the girls and I would be homeless." 50 years later, I still think about Joan and her daughters and what I did for them. And 50 years later, I am still convinced, now more than ever, that I made the right decision to stay in this business. Thank you all so much, and have a great day.